in the situation that there was like somewhat of an invasion of the United States, it should be afforded. But in the great scheme of things, in terms of like
define an invasion,
trying to get like citizenship and actually become a U.S. citizen, I think there should be some type of leniency in that.
But don't you think America obviously has its own problems, right? Like the drug crisis, the housing crisis, there's a lot of homeless.
Look at Venezuela, for example. We had to take precautionary measures, capture, demand, certain rules and certain conditions to release them. So I think, as the United States continues to grow and continues to move toward the future, there has to be change overall.
What change do you want to see?
Fairness, inclusion,
inclusion.
All people.
When you say the United States is extremely diverse, we just don't want illegal immigrants to come in here to smuggle drugs, or, they're criminals. So we're just obviously protecting our border because some of these people might not be the best who are coming into the.
But would you say all those people, like let's say a small percentage of those people are like that, right? Should we penalize them just because a small group represented them like in a bad light, or should we just accept everybody and the people that are doing that should be penalized? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the people. That could apply to another scenario.
I understand what you're saying. I would say, even if it is a small minority, first of all, it's not that small minority. It's a decent chunk of them. Even if it's a small minority, yes, close off the border. If we can not increase crime by 10%, I would say, yeah, absolutely, shut down the border. We don't need that. It doesn't matter that maybe 90% of them might be good. It's like you're protecting your people first. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, I guess I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. To each his own. But I really feel like in moving toward the future, right?
This guy is wearing skinny jeans on top of a swimsuit on top of underwear. He is like double sagging. I just noticed that.
For example, tariffs. Trump fixed the big issue with tariffs, making it easier for people to do business in the United States, right? So because of this, when they want to move to the United States, maybe live here to continue to do business. So as this continues to happen and more people come to the United States, there should be some type of, again, leniency and understanding in terms of citizenship and inclusion in the United States.
All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Brutal, dude. All right, I gotta go let my dog out real quick. He's back in a while, so give me a few minutes. Alright. I am Wowies out. The collar? Nah, he needed to go take a dump. So. Nah, he's a good boy. He tells me when he needs to go out. So. I don't mind taking him out. He's thanking me right now. Sweet. Let's see. Yeah, it is cold as shit outside. I think it's like, what, 29 or something where I am? It's supposed to be a very cold day today. So. Alright, let's see. I don't think we missed anything before. Yeah, we watched that. I don't care about GTA. Especially after playing Red Dead. Let's see. Steam Machine.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast guy.
I saw this. I don't really think it's accurate because European prices are always way higher than American prices. But it is what it is. We'll see.
Today we're talking about the Steam Machine because the
Dude, you're still on? Yup.
all day, every day, baby. Possible price has just leaked, and it is $1,000 American. 1,000 American dollars, according to some leaked retailer listings. Now, some people are immediately trying to scream fake news, saying there's no way this is real. There's no way that's ever going to be real. But let's just face facts. There have been other leaked prices. This has happened in the past. That's how we figured out the price of the ROG Ally X. You know, the handheld Xbox that's $1,000. That had a similar circumstance. A lot of times, prices do leak early. And I gotta say that to me,
Yeah, sometimes I leak a little early too because I get a little excited, but you know, shit happens.
when it came to the idea of the Steam Machine, I loved it as a philosophy almost. I became utterly obsessed with my Steam Deck the second I got it because it almost feels like this separate option. Right now, there's PC gaming and there's console gaming. And I like the
Really? What about mobile gaming? What does that fall into?
fact that the Steam Machine feels like this cool center link. It's the ease of use
No, it's easy.
of consoles. You know, your controllers automatically work. It's Steam. It's got cloud save. It's got good deals. But also, it's got that PC experience. Customization, mods, emulators, crazy filters. I feel like a $1,000 price tag very much dampers the prospect of, hey, here's something that anybody can have access to. But with the rising price of PCs, I guess a $1,000 price tag is unfortunately realistic for this current RAM shortage, but it still feels like way, way, way too much. Let's take a look at the leaks, and let's sort of judge for ourselves whether this is real or very, very fake. I hope you're having a great day. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now,
Yeah, Steam Deck is cool in theory, but the battery life I have not had good experience with. I've also had issues with compatibility with games that were so-called verified. And on top of that, yeah, it's not very powerful at all, so... I don't know, it's a cool little device if you want to play like indie games and stuff, or maybe like emulators, but outside of that, I don't really think it's a, you know, computer or console replacement. It's like a, you know, it's like an add-on, basically, you know? It, improves your overall PC gaming ecosystem, I guess. Just gives you a different way to play certain games in your Steam Deck. It's not meant to replace a computer. Oski with 5. Yo, Griffin, if you want to try another
Alright, awesome.
game,
Thanks, nigga. Alright.
try out this one called Inquisitor. It's a Diablo-style game, so you should like it. remember looking at that game. It's not on my wish list. Yeah, I'll look into it. I'm familiar with it. I know what you're talking about. I thought I had. Bruh, I could have swore I had it like on my wish list at the very least, or I had it. I don't know. But yeah, I'll look into it. I'm familiar with it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Running up to this, they revealed the original Steam Machine. The first pictures of it, the first tech breakdown stuff, happened in November. So, what, like almost a little bit exactly 2 months ago, right? And initially, they've been vague about everything other than the power and the pricing of this. They've been very, very clear that this is a pretty beefy piece of tech. It's very customized.
It's really
it's a
not.
micro PC with a cool controller and stuff. But they've also basically said, we're trying to not talk about the price because we don't know the price. There's a lot of stuff that's very much in flux, tech-wise, worldwide. But people's early guesses were like things 400 or 500.
I don't think this thing is super impressive from a power standpoint, is it? It's like a pretty low-end, you know, outdated computer. From my understanding, it's not really anything special. It's pretty meh. But yeah, the game is really good and the DLC is fire if you're interested. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, man. I'll pull up a trailer after this. But I'm pretty sure I know exactly what I've seen it somewhere, and I could have swore I put it on my wish list, but I don't know. I'm going to check one more place.
To me, my psychopathic guess is I said under 400, you're going to take over the world. Then some people said it's actually probably going to be closer to 700 or 750. That's what Linus Tech Tip said after actually talking to the developers. But then we had the worldwide shortage. AI has now bought up pretty much every RAM stick on the planet. In fact, AI companies are now even buying factories that produce any RAM at all. We're talking GPUs and CPUs, just across the board. Prices have gone up so much. Actually, this...
Schizo Garcia with the 2, it's less powerful than the PS5, already outdated. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It was just kind of like a mediocre computer. I don't think it was anything too crazy.
Actually bought a RTX 5070, and I was like, okay, so this is obviously a 50...
Well-timed sound effect.
5080 is now $1,000. I bought this. This went up in price $100 the day after I bought it. Whoa! So the idea of a $1,000 console is unfortunately not really outside the...
Yeah, you're not getting a 5070 in the Steam machine, bro. Look how big that box is, and look how small the Steam machine is. You know, do the mental math there.
realm of possibility.
When you get a GPU that's as big as the entire device, maybe it's not going to have the same power. Just food for thought.
But where did this information come from, right? So there is a Czechoslovakian, a Czech retailer called Smarty. Now, Smarty, they're sort of doing this thing where they have these placeholder early listings of, hey, here's how you're going to buy it, right? And people data mine. What you can do a lot of times on a website is like inspect element. Now, smart websites, they hide all this. They don't just make it where you can just basically look at all the
It's probably just filling numbers is my guess.
placeholder values and stuff. But here it is. So this is not publicly displayed yet. But essentially, it's 900...
Bro, why would it be 19,826? Wouldn't they just round it up to 20? Like, again, this just seems like filler numbers.
$150 pre-tax with a 512 gig version, and 2 terabytes is $1,070. Basically, $1,100. Oh my god. Keep in mind, this is a third-party seller, so the official price directly from Valve could end up lower, and maybe this is a reseller thing where they have their own, like, markup, but a lot of people over on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, they're basically saying this is unfortunately kind of realistic. Yeah, at that price, I'm good. Price is 100% probably placeholder BS, but it is also in line with the estimates, maybe a little on the higher side. They already made a decent amount of cope over on the Steam Machine thread, so the actual pricing announcement is going to be absolutely gnarly to watch on Reddit. And I did check, the Steam Machine Reddit is basically saying, brother, Worth also noting, this could be an employee just typing in random.
Dude, I'm always waiting for like his recent page to have like some weird porn Reddit. You know, I'm waiting for the day that it just pops up on his recent like r/femboy or some shit. I don't fucking know.
The prices, so we don't know that. I really hope this is the case. The Steam Machine price will be closely guarded secret until the launch. Valve employs.
Cause dude, isn't it like the majority of I think I remember reading it somewhere, but the majority of Reddit traffic is like for porn threads or whatever, or subreddits. Like most people use Reddit for porn, is my understanding. I remember reading some stat, like the majority of Reddit content consumed is pornography.
Yeah, except for that Czech retailer, right? Oh, obviously, also send them a copy of Half-Life 3. So, Czech retailer sells a 520 OLED Steam Deck for $770. So the price means nothing for now. Not real. This could not be.
Yeah, again, European prices too are not accurate because they have insane VAT taxes that, you know, drive up the price of things dramatically. So, I would take it with a grain of salt personally. I wouldn't say anything if I look at this, but who knows? I don't see how anyone would go out and spend $800 on a Steam machine. That's way too much. Especially when you could buy a PS5 that's more powerful for what, like $450? Yeah, nah. Jay, just enjoy with the 2. Look up RTX 5080 Hatsune Miku. Looks amazing. Oh, God. I've never understood the obsession with Hatsune Miku. Images. I mean, the coloring does look nice. I wouldn't want the animation on it, though.